Hey guys, what's up? Steve Sleepy, welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be a quick one. Last week we were getting used to the bike down in the twisties and we're gonna be heading off again tomorrow. And so over the week I went ahead and ordered myself a set of T-Rex frame sliders. So we're gonna be slapping those on today. Seems pretty straightforward, but I figured I'd show you in case you have an interest in doing one yourself. So, all right, let's get started. We're gonna get these guys on the bike. Let's go. All right, you may be wondering what we're doing down here underneath the bike if the frame sliders are up there. Well, we're going to be taking out the motor mount bolts, and I don't want this motor to move. So what I'm going to do is I got myself a block of wood and I got myself my floor jack. So what I'm going to do is bring this guy in, put it here, get it underneath the oil pan, and then just lift it enough that it's going to not let it fall. That's it, not even pressure, just doop. That's it. That's all we want. Lock it in. Oh, too much. I went too high. See, I don't want it to lift the bike. I just want it to apply pressure. That's it. That's all we want. Okay, so now I'm pretty confident that we can take the motor bolts out without this motor moving at all. All right, cool. Let's get back up. All right, so we're down here at the bike. This should be pretty straightforward. We're just gonna loosen these two bolts, get them out, put the apparatus on it that has the frame slider, and then tighten them back in. And hopefully with the jack down there, we don't get any movement from the motor, because that would suck. But we're gonna give it a shot. Here we go. Okay. See if we can get this. Okay. Not the end of the world. Wasn't too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen the other one and see if anything happens. All right. No, I think we don't have any engine movement, which is exactly what we wanted. Good, good, good. So the last thing I'd want to do is throw this engine out of alignment. I mean, that could mess up your sprocket alignment to your chain, all kinds of things. Or just trying to get it back if it moved enough. I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that it doesn't. Seems like we're doing okay. Oh, there's a spacer back there. All right. So there's a spacer behind it. Make sure you keep track of that. I'm gonna put it on the seat in the back position, as I assume there's probably one on the front. I'm almost sure of it. Yep, I feel it. Okay, and bolts are the same length, that's good. And here's the front spacer. Okay, are these the same size? All right, spacers are the same size too, so I don't think it matters. So bolts and spacers, same size. All right, let's get the frame slider and we'll see if we can slap it on. All right, so we got the frame slider here. The only thing to really remember, since everything else is the same size, is this comes with two spacers. And by the instructions, it looks like the bigger one, 12 millimeter, goes up front, and the 10 millimeter goes in the back. So we just got to put these guys back into here, hang it there, but then I also got to get these other spacers back there as we push it through. This might be kind of interesting. Well, let me see. Uh-oh. No, it's going in. There it is. Oh no, it went in. Okay. I was getting nervous. I thought the motor moved, but it was just I couldn't get the thing back there. Not gonna lie, man, I had that little bit of a feeling of like, oh shit. All right, there it is. Yeah, it's going right in. Okay. And then that spacer's here, and we just got to put this spacer back inside behind here. Now, when you're doing it, obviously, as you just saw, you might have to move it around a little bit to get it in. I thought for some reason the motor moved and it freaked me out, but it didn't. So we're going to go ahead and put this back here. Kind of is a challenge to get it in, but we'll get it in. Aha. There it is. Okay. Okay, well, be careful. It pretty much only goes in one way, and it's kind of hard to hold it there. Okay, there we go. We kind of got it in there. All we got to do is get it to go through. Okay, so that's going through there. There it goes. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay, cool. You can plan all you want, but sometimes when it feels weird, you get a little nervous, but we're good. All right, I'm gonna put this back in. We'll snug it up and then we'll tighten it to factory specs. And then we'll do the other side. All right. All right, I got them pretty snugged up. I'll get a torque wrench and I'll set them to the factory torque specs. Now, I know some of you guys are probably out there saying, hey dude, those things really don't do anything. Well, I can agree with you in some ways. Without the big full crash cage or the stunt cage or something like that, it really is putting a lot of stress on your frame and things. But if you have a low side at like 15, 20 miles an hour, you're coming out of a turn, you lose the front wheel or something, especially like a tight turn, these definitely can save your cases and at least help you get home. And something on a low speed crash like that, it can really save the entire bike. But yes, the guys that are out there that say that these things don't work, if you're flying doing 80 miles an hour and you low side and the bike goes tumbling down the road, it might help a little, but it's not really going to save your bike. So it's more or less a precautionary thing just for the low speed, low sides kind of thing like that, where like you just kind of throw it down, you're like, and you jump up and you get back up. The bike's laying there. Without these, you got a cracked case. With these, you don't. That's why I put them on. But again, if you have a different opinion, that's totally cool. Tell me about it in the comments if you have a different experience or something, or maybe why I shouldn't run them. I'm always open to hearing somebody else's experience that might have been different than mine and might teach me something. So let me know if you have a different opinion. All right, let's do the other side. All right, we're on the other side. We're basically gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna break these guys loose. I really like to not have a spacer get lost. See if I can get this out without losing the spacer or dropping the spacer this time. Okay, shorter screws. They might not have spacers on this side. Let's see. Yeah, I don't feel any spacers, so that makes this side even easier. All right. Okay. So those were the same size as well, so I don't have to worry about putting those back in if we ever want to take this off. And then we got this guy. And let me grab the directions because I forgot which spacer goes in the front and back. 12 millimeter goes up front. All right, so the fat one goes up front, little one goes in the back. We got that. There it goes, fat one, little one. And we will get this guy in here. Okay. Hey, success. Okay. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, those are snugged up. We're gonna get the torque wrench on there, make sure they're torqued to spec, and we should be good to go. Yeah, all right, a little protection on the bike. Let me get that torque wrench, we'll get it going. All right, guys, the old internet has served its purpose, and Aprilia says 50 Newton meters for both front and back motor mount bolts, and that translates to 36.876 foot-pounds of torque. We got this set to 38 foot-pounds of torque. Doesn't seem like a lot, so pretty much it. All right, well, there it is, they're in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and we're gonna call it done. Again, I've used these many different brands, not brand specific. I have a different set on the BMW, but I've used these for years. Only one time did I ever have a bike just fall over. Basically, a guy bumped it and it fell over, and they already paid for themselves right there. That bike had full fairings and nothing really happened. It just scratched the frame slider. So again, They're probably not going to save the bike if you dump it at 100 miles an hour, but it's those low sides, those 15, 20, 35 mile an hour low slides that maybe you just slide out a little bit. Bike doesn't even really hit the ground that hard, but it would be enough usually to blow out your case and make it so you can't get home, and this will help you out. So, all right, that's about it for today. If it works, it ain't dumb, and I think these are going to work pretty well. So we're going to head out to the Twisties tomorrow, probably do some filming, have a bunch of guys come out, and it should be a good time. So as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't, like and subscribe. It kind of gives us motivation to keep doing these, because I tell you what, it's a lot of work, but it's also a creative outlet, and I love it. So, all right, till next time, talk to you guys later.